which means virtually every area of state government experienced cuts in some form or fashion. Education spending generated the loudest groans. Less notices our failure to fund basic infrastructure needs like water and transportation, which require years of planning to implement, expecting a similar financial position for the state. How would you fund our transportation needs? I guess it's a two-part question. How would you fund our current transportation needs and our water needs? And we'll start with Mr. Akers.
See, I've got 1 minute to answer.
Yeah, that's 1 minute.
Well, two separate issues. Number one, I think transportation, the funds that we're producing from gasoline tax and all the lubricants and the things that are sold in the state of Texas, that should be directed solely to bridges, roads, and their repair and their construction. Right now, they're diverted to at least 3 or 4 other areas, such as some retirement funds, running the Attorney General's office, and that needs to be stopped. That will provide a lot of money. I think we need to use the TERS that we authorized. As a matter of fact, I was at the Commissioner's Court the other day, and they authorized one in Farmersville, which allows for reinvestment. 15 seconds. Allows for reinvestment to pay for the construction of the road. Can't get to water. I'll come back if you give me a chance.
We'll follow up on water, okay?
Okay.
Let's just focus on transportation. That was a tough one, okay? So please, Mr. Burns.
Just transportation.
Just transportation.
Okay. As we'll all agree, there seem to be a lot of diversions from the gas tax. It was probably generating too much money at some point in time, so everybody decided, well, there's a pot of money. Let's use it for other things. If we started using the gas tax money generated for transportation projects, I'd at least like to see if that solves the first problem, which is funding roads. The other thing that I find highly unfair is the fact that high growth areas who are generating the gas tax don't get that money back or any resemblance of a fair share of that money back. If we're growing in North Texas and Collin County in particular, generating large amounts of gas tax revenue, it only makes sense the need is also here. And so we should be getting the bulk of that back instead of funding other parts of the state.
Okay. And Mr. Leach, before you move forward, I'm going to go ahead and give Mr. Akers 30 seconds to just expand on the transportation question for fairness, okay?
Well, as I was saying, you can use a lot of different inventive and creative methods, and there are some even funds, programs through the federal government, GANs and Garveys, and private authorization bills, or where you can use activity bonds, I'm sorry. But, too bad. Anyway, where was my train of thought?
Private activity bonds.
Private activity bonds, but also a tip where you're using the additional value of the property after a road is built to fund and pay for the road.
All right.
But no toll roads.
Thank you. Mr. Leach, transportation only. How would you fix, 1 minute, how would you fix the transportation issues in the state of Texas?
Well, we're all going to talk about it. You'll hear it a lot. We have to stop the diversions from the gas tax. When you go fill your tank with gas, or in this economy, put $10 in, and a percentage of what you're paying is going to the Texas Mobility Fund, which is supposed to go to maintain existing roads and build new ones for the future. And right now that money is being diverted. And to me, this is a simple question. This is a question of accountability and transparency and honesty with the taxpayers. When we have a dedicated fund such as the gas tax, that money should, when it hits Austin, should not be diverted into the general revenue fund or for education or for any other fund, but should be going to its intended purpose. And I believe, I don't want to oversimplify